Today is Joplin's birthday, and to celebrate, the city and a local history buff are giving a lesson on a historic building. Pitt State offers a new degree program to help prospective teachers get into classrooms faster. Authorities in Colorado released new details about yesterday's mass shooting that claimed 10 lives.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Joplin is celebrating its 148th birthday today by highlighting a crown jewel from its past. This is KOAM News at 5. KOAM's Chris Warner joins us live from 4th and Main downtown with more.
Well, here at 4th and Main is the old Joplin Public Library. But what does 4th and Main have to do with the city's birthday? Well, it was in this very spot that this iconic structure once towered above the downtown skyline, the Connor Hotel. Opened in 1908 after 2 years of construction, the 8-story structure was the place to be for the high society folks in Joplin. Many people stayed in the luxurious hotel, including Eleanor Roosevelt and Harry Truman. Dr. Chad Stebbins from MSSU decided to write a book about the Connor Hotel, detailing its legacy.
Really, Joplin was on the map because of its lead and zinc mining riches, but the Connor kind of reinforced the notion that, yes, this was more than just a rough and tumble mining camp. It was now a world-class city with this magnificent hotel.
Now, tonight at 6, we'll hear more from Stebbins and from community historian Brad Bell about this once great building. Reporting live from downtown Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Chris, thanks. Now, in 1978, when the Connor Hotel collapsed a day early during demolition, 2 workers were killed. But days later, a third man, Alfred Summers, was found alive, buried in the rubble. We talked with Summers about that experience in a special report that aired on KOAM News back in 2009. You'll find a link to that report in this story at KOAMnewsnow.com. Pittsburgh State wants to help speed up the process of industry experts becoming teachers in their field. A new program offers an associate degree in career and technical education. Students can earn it with 60 credit hours in 18 to 24 months. Officials say most of the people pursuing this degree are already teaching a CTE program and are focused on certification requirements or credentials.
We also have a group of individuals who are working on certification that also teach at high school levels as well. And since all of them are very place-bound as far as for their teaching, we decided to offer this online just so that they could have access to that.
So they'll build a personal plan for the individual. And so that makes it so nice, is to be able to come into their program, knowing what you need to achieve your goal.
The program is online, which officials say is great for students who also work. Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dal. We definitely had some showers, even a few thunder showers for us last night. Some moderate to heavy amounts of rain in small batches, and then really just the clouds today, some random light little sprinkles, but this whole storm system is wrapping up. You can see very tight circulation across northern parts of Missouri, but heading away from us, and then our next system is building out across parts of Arizona. So we do get a break, but more rain's right back in the forecast. Temperatures cooler for us today. Most of us are sitting mainly 50 to about 55 degrees and a little bit on the windy side as well. We've kind of had those southwesterly winds all day long at about 15 to 25. These will diminish a little bit for us tonight, which is good news. Through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 50s into the 40s. We'll bottom out at about 39 later on tonight. Of course, we're going to look at those additional rain chances here in just a bit.
All right, catch you then. Thanks, Doug. A suspect is in custody for allegedly shooting and killing 10 people yesterday at a grocery store in Boulder, Colorado. Witnesses described sheer terror inside the store, some scrambling to find places to hide as others escaped from any exit they could find. Jonathan Vigliotti reports from Boulder, Colorado.
Denny Strong, 20 years old. Nevin Studinsky, 23.
Authorities in Colorado read the names of the victims in Monday's mass shooting at a supermarket in Boulder, promising justice for their families.
I feel numb. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to talk to victims, their families. It's tragic.
The 21-year-old suspected shooter, identified as Ahmed Alissa, has been charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder. Police say he used an AR-15 rifle to gun down multiple people, including 51-year-old officer Eric Talley, a father of 7 who joined the Boulder Police Department in 2010.
He's a very kind man, and he didn't have to go into policing. He had a profession before this, but he felt a higher calling, and he was willing to die to protect others.
Inside the store, Ryan Borowski says no one knew what was going on.
Heard, one loud bang, thought somebody just dropped something, an employee or something, and then another. And then by the third one, everybody was running.
President Biden called on Congress to act following the grocery store shooting and the spa shootings in the Atlanta area just 6 days ago.
I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common sense steps that will save the lives in the future.
Monday's attack was the 7th mass killing in the U.S. this year. Investigators have not established a motive, but are looking into whether the suspect was suffering from some type of mental illness at the time. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Boulder, Colorado.
Former President Obama released a statement on the shooting and gun violence, saying in part, "We shouldn't have to choose between one type of tragedy and another. This is a normal that we can no longer afford," end quote. Members of the Senate Judiciary Committee addressed yesterday's deadly mass shooting during a previously scheduled hearing on gun violence. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer promised to bring 2 gun control bills passed by the House to the Senate floor, but it's unclear if the bills will pass. A Chicago suburb will become the first U.S. city to pay reparations to black families. Evanston, Illinois will distribute a total of $400,000 to eligible black families harmed by discriminatory housing practices between 1919 and 1959. Qualifying households would receive money for home repairs or down payments on property. The money comes from taxes on the sale of recreational marijuana. Still ahead, an increase in vehicle versus pedestrian accidents.
A new report shows pedestrian deaths are on the rise. I'm Chris Martinez with a look at what's behind the increase.
And next in Health Watch, one of the nation's largest teachers' unions questions the CDC's change in guidance on social distancing in schools. Insomnia, disrupted sleep, and burnout are linked to a heightened risk of becoming infected with the coronavirus. They're also linked with having more severe disease and a longer recovery period. That's according to a new study in the British Medical Journal. Researchers tracked people in both Europe and the U.S., and they say each 1-hour increase in sleep was associated with 12% lower odds of infection. President Biden takes his first trip to Ohio since taking office to sell his COVID relief package. It's a state the president lost in the 2020 election. Meanwhile, one of the nation's largest teachers' unions is questioning the Biden administration's move to reduce social distancing from 6 feet to 3 feet in some schools. Reporter Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
President Biden will visit a cancer and research institute in Columbus, Ohio, as part of his Help is Here tour to tout the American Rescue Plan. The trip also comes on the 11th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act becoming law. The White House is currently encouraging Americans who need health insurance to sign up on healthcare.gov. The special enrollment period runs through May 15th. The recently passed COVID relief package includes $122 billion for schools, but the nation's second largest teachers union worries school districts still lack the resources and planning to implement the CDC's latest guidance.
How much more change can we do in 1 year?
The American Federation of Teachers wrote the Biden administration to express concern about the CDC's new social distancing guidance for schools. It's reduced to 3 feet between most students when they're wearing masks. There are also new questions about the data AstraZeneca released from its COVID-19 vaccine trial in the U.S. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases says the company may have included outdated information from that trial, which may have provided an incomplete view of the efficacy data.
This is really what you call an unforced error, because the fact is this is very likely a very good vaccine.
AstraZeneca says it will work to provide the most up-to-date information to regulators. The pharmaceutical company is expected to apply for emergency use authorization in the U.S. in coming weeks. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
According to the latest CDC numbers, more than 25% of Americans have received at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine. A new study finds people who eat a lot of highly processed foods like protein bars, breakfast cereals, and industrially produced breads have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease and dying. The research published by the American College of Cardiology says the average American gets 58% of his or her total energy from ultra-processed foods. A new University of Florida study suggests having only one personal doctor may lead to unnecessary tests. They found an estimated 40% of male patients who had a single general physician were more likely to receive a prostate cancer screening test at a time when the test was not recommended by public health experts. Doug Heddy is up next with his complete forecast. And a little bit later, the IRS gives an update on when the next batch of stimulus checks will be sent to Americans.
Well, it turned out kind of to be a nasty day for us today. Cooler outside. It's been windy. We've had on and off showers across the region. We had rain last night and then just a few random showers for us today. Not extremely heavy amounts. It came down at a pretty good clip at times last night, but since midnight, about 0.2 of an inch. For the month, 5 1/4 for the year, we are just shy of 10. Average is 6.8, so we are almost 3 inches above where we should be on rainfall so far for 2021. Temperatures kind of cool, 50 in Iola, Parsons 53, 54 in Miami, 53 in Neosho. We have Carthage at 53 degrees, so kind of cool out there. It's going to be kind of cool once again for us tonight. Very windy. We've had these winds gusting at times 30 to about 35. We're going to continue with the gusty southwesterly winds as we go through the rest of the evening hours, and then the winds will start to diminish just a bit. Cloudy skies, but we are dry. Currently outside, we are looking from the station, sitting at 53, southwesterly winds at 25, humidity is at 66%. Through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 50s, 40s, kind of cold tonight. We'll bottom out at about 39 for an overnight low, but at least we're getting rid of this storm system. Yes, we have the clouds. You can see it kind of rotating across our northern counties. Still a few light little showers, but this whole system wrapping up, heading away from us, and the clouds will start to break up a little bit for us later on tonight. So this system is moving out, but already we have a second storm system which is moving in. So you can see the spin between Kansas City and Omaha. That's this system. The second system is digging into parts of Arizona. That will start to affect us tomorrow night and then heading into Thursday. All right, let's go through tonight. Clouds will start to break up a little bit. Partly cloudy skies, kind of cold. Upper 30s for lows. A lot of clouds for us tomorrow. I think most of the day is going to be dry. It is going to be warmer, but we are going to have a lot of clouds. We'll start at 39, 55 by noon, high temp is 64. There's a slight chance we may get a few random showers in here by 4, 5, 6 p.m., but most of the rain is going to hold off until tomorrow night. We'll get showers, maybe a random thunder shower, nothing strong, nothing severe. This rain will work on through. And then during the daytime hours on Thursday, we're just going to have kind of hit and miss showers throughout the day. Thursday is going to be very similar to what we have today. A lot of clouds, some random showers, and kind of chilly across the region. We'll get rid of that system. Friday, we rebound. Very slight chance for showers. A warm front rolls through, but we have great temperatures Friday and Saturday. Then another front drops in late Saturday. That could give us a few showers, and then cooling down just a little bit by the time we head into Sunday. But all in all, temperatures look pretty good. 64 tomorrow, again, mainly dry, but some showers trying to work in by evening. 54 on Thursday, back to 68. On Friday, it's going to be 70 on Saturday with a cold front, so that's going to give us some rain and cool us back down a little bit again by Sunday, and then right back into the 60s on Monday and Tuesday. So we're seeing the spring-like temperatures, but we're also seeing the spring-like showers and thunderstorms.
That means some soggy weather ahead, I guess.
Yeah, it does. The ground's going to stay wet.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, a new report shows pedestrian traffic deaths increased during the pandemic, even though fewer cars were on the road. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Orrin Wilhite served in the U.S. Army during World War II and the Korean War. He was stationed in Japan, Italy, and South Africa, and we salute Master Sergeant Orrin Wilhite, a four-state hero. The IRS says more Americans will get their stimulus check by tomorrow. The agency did not say how many payments it plans to issue. Last week, the IRS deposited about 90 million checks through direct deposit and mailed another 150,000 payments. Most Americans can expect to pay out $1,400 under the latest coronavirus relief package. The richest Americans are not paying all their taxes. According to new data from the IRS, the nation's wealthiest 1% fail to report more than 20% of their actual income. They use sophisticated evasion techniques to dodge IRS audits. That includes offshore accounts, real estate businesses, and closely held family firms. The research estimates about $175 billion in taxes are uncollected. Tax season is in full swing, and this year some filers are able to total up coronavirus-related deductions. The IRS says personal protective equipment such as face masks, disinfectant, disposable gloves, and sanitizer could be added to the list of deductions for teachers. Tape, paint, or chalk that may have been used to outline social distancing is also on that list. Deaths involving pedestrians are up 46% over the past decade. And a new report shows the trend continued during the pandemic, even though fewer drivers were on the road. Chris Martinez reports.
Police in Missouri were called to a local polling place on Election Day last November. Authorities say an elderly woman was crossing the street to vote when a car hit her. The 87-year-old was taken to the hospital but later died. Accidents like this are on the rise. A preliminary report from the Governor's Highway Safety Association found the pedestrian fatality rate rose 20% in the first 6 months of 2020.
Are you surprised by this since we saw fewer cars on the road during the pandemic?
Oh, absolutely. It's disconcerting. It's frustrating. It's a whole variety of emotions that we're dealing with.
Pam Shadle-Fisher from the GHSA says even though people drove less because of lockdowns, wide open roads led to an increase in speeding.
What we're seeing out there is just this uptick in risky behaviors.
That includes drunk driving, reported in nearly half of fatal pedestrian accidents. Police in San Diego say last week a man under the influence hit and killed at least 3 people. That crash happened during the day, but most of these deadly accidents happen at night.
I look at infrastructure. We need better lighting so pedestrians are more visible.
Safety advocates also want to see more sidewalks and more places for people to cross so they aren't running through traffic.
So it's a comprehensive approach that we truly need to really address this problem.
Changes that could make the roads safer for everyone. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Final check of the forecast next.
If you see
The CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, the state of Oklahoma announces all residents over the age of 16 will be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine next week. Plus, Freeman Health System plans a COVID-19 vaccine clinic for later this week. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Let's check back with Doug for a final look at the weather.
All right, Dal, we are going to have the clouds throughout the evening hours, but the clouds will start to break up for us tonight. Kind of chilly, down to about 39, but 64 tomorrow. So we are going to rebound. Still a lot of clouds for us tomorrow, but our next storm system will start to roll in. So showers will increase tomorrow evening, and then periods of showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow night.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 6. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.